put you in the big seat when. Okay, and we
And
are
I'm getting
live.
CR, like the initial CR. Hi.
Hi,
CR.
everybody. I'll put that down in there. Hello, everybody. Hello, Rain. Good to see you, and anybody who's going to watch on playback, and will be joining us probably shortly as all the notifications drop. Happy New Year, ladies.
Happy New Year.
Hope, I actually got a visit from Jackie from the future. It was so cool Sunday night. It was like around, I think, 9 o'clock our time, and she's like, "Here, I'm visiting you from the future." So
Jesus, it was 1:30 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah. So this lady is a time traveler. Woo! But yes, so I hope everybody had a wonderful New Year's. Thank you again, ladies, for joining us. And today's show case is going to be on a crime. And it's from Jackie's area, her town. And we're going to go ahead in a minute and let her go ahead and give us the rundown. Really quick. Hello, Teresa. And making sure that I didn't miss anybody else. And as for anybody watching, again, this is all for entertainment purposes only and educational. This is us just looking at the cards. This is not a reflection of guilt and or innocence. Everybody is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So this is us just throwing some tarot cards, oracle cards, and just looking into these cases. And it can't be used in a court, and it's not meant to throw, or I don't want to say throw, but it's not meant to show that it's not meant to show guilt or like I said, and or innocence. It's just us looking at the cases. So again, this is just all alleged. As we're us three are just looking at cards and trying to figure out what happened to Tina. And her name was Tina Satchwell. And I'm going to give this over actually to Jackie. I'm going to put her in the hot seat and pretty much let her run this one because this is so close to her. I mean, Jackie could have even have stood in line at a grocery store or something with Tina
easily
because they were so close. Yeah.
So basically the story, very briefly, around Tina Satchwell is she went missing in March 2017. So it'll be nearly 6-7 years this March. She went missing. Where's everyone else gone?
We're here. I just went ahead and put you. I figured out how you can put somebody on a full screen.
I didn't know you could do that.
Yep.
Oh, now I can't see your beautiful faces.
Well, you don't need to right now.
I'm sad.
Well,
she's like, I'm all alone. Come back.
I feel like on my own. No.
Because it's easier to see cards and stuff, and when people talk. So I thought, hey, I could do this. I figured this out. So.
You're so big, Jackie. Thanks, Rain. I'm barely 5'2", I'd say, but anyway. It was nice to feel big there for a second, but I felt alone. So Tina was married for something crazy like 25 years. And on the 19th of March, she was last seen on the 19th of March at a car boot sale. In case anyone doesn't know, that is where people go into a field in their cars and open up the boot and sell anything in it that they don't want. Do you know, much like your kind of garden sales or yard sales, whatever you call them in America. So same idea, right? And on the 24th of March, so 5 days later, her husband went to the I always say cops, the guards, they're called. It's the Irish word for them. Went to the guards and reported her missing. Now, she had actually gone missing 4 days previously, but he thought she was just visiting her family and didn't deem it necessary to raise the alarm, So she was gone 4 days when he decided to tell people she was missing, giving him obviously plenty of time to do whatever he did, right? In my opinion, YouTube, not fact, blah, blah, blah. What I do find odd is he reported her missing after 4 days, but then it was 2 months later again, so it was May 2017, where the guards issued a public appeal for information. So that's odd how the guards waited 2 months. But anyway, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they
So
say to do with other cases. They wait, especially with cases we've read on. But,
yeah, it's very odd, like. But anyway,
mhm.
basically like I said, I didn't know either of them, but one thing I did when I was training with a medium here a few years ago is kind of looking at people's photographs and kind of getting a sense of who they were and that kind of thing, you know. And he looked totally creepy, and she looked like a woman who was very nice, very friendly, chatted with everyone. It was in all the articles online and stuff that everyone in the town knew her, because she'd walk down the street and say hi to everyone and chat to everyone and befriend everyone. I did pull cards on this a few months ago, where I get it in October. The husband was arrested, but I'll briefly describe that in a sec. But I did pull cards, and I got things like jealousy, I got bones, I got timeline, I got arson, I got kidnapped, blackmail, all these kind of things that suggested that he was jealous of her, and he tried to kind of talk her around and all this kind of a thing, and it didn't go well. And then there was like suffocation and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of the cards tied in well with kind of what I had a feeling about the case, you know. But in October, 3 months ago, what happened was people bought the house next door and they needed plumbing work done. So they got in a plumber, and bits of bones were found in the pipes. And the newspaper articles and all the rest of it at the time said that a man in his 50s was arrested. They didn't say who. We all knew who, because he was just creepy as hell and everyone knew it was him from the start. But he was held in the Garda station in my town and questioned. But after the 24 hours, when they didn't have anything concrete, they had to leave him go. And then when the state pathologist had the bones tested, they found out that it was definitely her, and they rearrested him the following day and charged him with her murder. So that's basically what happened. But like, what I wanted to look into was kind of what happened, how did it happen, when did it happen, why did it happen, was there any help, all that kind of thing, you know, because we've heard nothing so far as to what actually happened. But like, I just do see the whole jealousy, and he was trying to keep her locked up, as Hershe already said. He wanted her to himself. They'd been together for 25 years, so God knows what happened in all that time. But more than likely, she was trying to get away from him, which Hershe got cards on as well, and Heather got cards on.
Oh yeah, multiple different decks too.
Yeah, and I had the 8 of Cups in my tarot deck as well. Now, when I pulled cards on this before, on the day that someone was arrested, or that we were told someone was arrested, I used my True Crime Oracle deck, and that's the cards I mentioned already. But shuffling my Vampire Tarot there then the other day, I had the 8 of Cups as well, and stuff like that. So all our cards so far tied in anyway. So I was thinking what we do is maybe start off with just pulling some cards on his energy. So like, what was he like? Who was he as a person? And then pull some cards on her, and then pull some cards on the relationship between the two of them, and then kind of get into the nitty gritty of how it happened, you know?
Okay.
So
did you?
Go on.
Okay, so did you say you wanted Hershe to go and share everything that she's had written down so far?
So we'll start with Hershe and see what Hershe got, because Hershe, as you know, lads, she likes to not know what the case is about as much as she can, and kind of get her own ideas. I know, Rain, right? Hershe likes to.
My sister was involved with domestic violence. A lot of women in my family were, were involved with domestic violence. And I said, to every boyfriend that I had, including my Shan, the minute you lay a hand on me, the first time you lay a hand on me, it will be your last.
Yeah.
Because it was just like, there was no way that, so yeah, it's unfortunately, it's still one of those things that are or stigma that people still don't want to talk about. Everything wants to be swept
Yeah.
under the rug, family secrets and everything. So yeah, but I'm gonna give it over to Hershe.
Do?
All righty, and then I'll share what I got from earlier. I'll put her in the big. Are you going to be showing cards, or do you want to show
The
your
hot
notes
seat.
up on the screen? There we go.
Oh shit! No,
No?
no.
Okay. Well, it's not that much bigger than this.
She's not shy.
As of right
Beautiful,
now,
my
like
dear.
just
Don't
since
worry
I
about
sat down, this is what I've gotten from my team, not what's on or coming through. There are a few that overlap, but right now, just from my team, what I've been able to get is they're constantly using the word something about, or the person uses the word elsewhere a lot. Like it's a huge part of their language. Also something about on a farm. I'm not sure what that means. If he grew up on a farm, raised on a farm, if he learned how to do all the construction by working on a farm. I don't know. I got 16 years of abuse. I'm not
Wow.
sure what that means. I got he poked my
Wow.
eye out. I became cold. He raped me, like on the R word. Sorry. I got suffocated. Tried and tried, couldn't get free. Dangerous. He remained calm. Never skipped a beat.
Yeah.
It didn't bother him. No remorse.
What?
Um, I kept hearing like homebody, like a person that's a hermit, a homebody kind of thing. He lived nasty, stabbed, torture room, like a whole room that is a torture situation. Um, and that there was a specific device that he would attach the person to, and it's called a heretic fork. It, or something like that.
Allegedly.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would
Allegedly.
be very dominating. I got the initials CR and SR. He did the remodel and the updo to cover up the torture room kind of thing, because he knew he couldn't sell the house or move on or whatever, knowing that he had this torture room. I got weighed down, and then I got concrete. So I don't know if they go together. I don't know if this is you.
Yeah. She was found buried under parts of her body were found under concrete.
Yeah. Hershe,
Oh,
or
did we
paused
lose
if you
Hershe?
can hear it. Hear us. Bleh, I got him talk.
To
Hershe,
hold her
can you hear us?
upright.
Oh,
Okay,
there she
she's
is.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, well, you froze. So
I can hear you.
okay.
Oh, can you see me now? So
Yeah, we lost you there
yeah.
for a minute.
as
You're
of-
back.
Yeah, that's what I got for right now. But I'll let you know as I get more.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
like Heather said, the concrete is the fact that he where he hid her, he had layers of concrete put down then to kind of cover up the scent and whatnot.
Wow.
So for me,
Yeah.
I pulled cards beforehand from several
Hey
different
Maya, hey Book Bewitched, hey Astrological Tarot, hey Michelle.
Oh my goodness, yes, Michelle's here. Maya.
All
Book
the gang's
Bewitched.
here.
So when I first started shuffling, 2 cards just flew right out of my deck, and that was differences. So there's the 2 of them.
Huh.
I got deceit, and I got honesty. So there it is right there. I don't know. For me, I was wondering if possibly she might have found somebody else, or thought she might have found somebody else. Or this could very well have been him. Because when I asked about the deceit, I did get the self-worth card. So it feels like for me, either she had found somebody and she was trying to leave to start this new life, or because of his deceit and the dishonesty and her trying to be honest about the relationship, the marriage, it really did a number on her self-worth.
Yeah.
I had also gotten closed doors, locked, forbidden. She wasn't allowed to leave. But she tried. She was focused. She wanted to move. I got the movement card. I got High Priestess of Spirit, which for me is like the magician. You have all your elements all on the table and you're trying to manifest your freedom. I had the moon. For me, moon, not necessarily has to do with hiding secrets, but there were things in the shadows that maybe this is what people didn't see in the marriage, or this was for me, her intuition saying, I need to get out of here. I need to start listening to my intuition. I need to start connecting to spirit again. But I need to get out of here. And she, all these years, she held on to hope. I got the hope card. And in my other decks, I got multiple star cards. In the Haunted Tarot, first card I got was the star card, the hope card. Hopes and dreams, please get me out of here. That I did get the chariot, and leaving the chariot to leave the house. This deceitful impression that they were wealthy, they were happy, when things were not at all. This is what she really wanted. This was her Nine of Pentacles. She wanted her own garden, her own home. She wanted to feel like, she wanted her own sanctuary. She didn't want to have to live under his rule anymore. I also got the Tower card. I got the Double card. There's the abuse right there. I got the Five of Wands. There's the mental abuse to me, the physical, the emotional, everything involved. I got the King of Cups, and in this case, he knows how to manipulate emotions. And even though this did come reversed, to me still feels this is how may he very well have presented himself initially, because a lot of people in domestic violence, whether it's male or female, they will present themselves as this loving, caring, beautiful person. They will provide the deceit. They will say, well, this is who I am. And then the minute they have you, then the real self comes out, because I got her again, trying to walk away. I got the Knight of Swords, and in this deck, the Knight of Swords, this represents like demon energy coming in, just taking her right out. And at the bottom of the deck, there she is. There's the bones. There's the skeletal remains.
That's just freaky.
In the house. When I asked my yes and no cards, if he was responsible, I got a clear yes. All three cards came back yeses. But I also got the Three of Pentacles. She was planning. She was working on trying to find help, to get help, to be able to get away from him. In my opinion, again, YouTube, this is all alleged. This is all for entertainment purposes only. I got the Temperance card. She was buying her time. She was balancing, and for me too, this feels like this was a very, just trying to balance his emotions, trying to keep him from, the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Yeah.
Kind of balancing, moderating, trying to, make her, when she can make her plan. I got the Sun card, which is another yes card. So I got 3 yeses. I got the King of Swords for him. Very mentally manipulative, knew what to say. And again, too, the swords, the cutting of the words, material. I got the Five of Pentacles. This whole relationship was very destitute. It lacked love. There was nothing to it. And again, and in another deck, there's the Cups, walking away. So I had pulled a few others off at those sites, but I was getting, the Three of Swords. I was getting dominion. He wanted dominion over her. The Four of Pentacles. There he is again, wanting to hold the finances, keeping the purse strings. A lot of women, they can't get away because the husbands or the wives will have control of the money, and so she couldn't, necessarily because of finances. She truly wanted to leave. That didn't happen, but really quick with the white cards, with the for the true crime, you mentioned an accomplice. Guess what I got?
Oh, wow.
accomplice or partner in crime, because there was no way he could have done this. And then the next card I got was party. I said, what do you mean party? And this could represent maybe a third party, somebody helping him to go with that.
Oh,
And then I got school. And so teacher, classmate, coach. I don't know what he did for a living. But I got something to do with school, teacher, classmates. I got footprints left. And footprints for me doesn't necessarily mean actual footprints, but maybe things that he might have accidentally left when they do forensics, kind of like calling cards. I did get a secret meeting. I don't know if he lured her. That's where maybe Hershe was getting the farm or the farmland earlier.
yeah.
And we did see pictures of caution tape wrapped around a wooded area because, I got river or creek as well. And remember when you said she went to a boot?
Yeah.
I got trunk, a truck or trunk.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that could have been somewhere that day when she went, but I also got domestic violence. I got abuse and neglect, and I got a secret meeting, catfishing. So I'm wondering if when she went to that was a lure to get her out.
Yeah.
And there was somebody there to help her. So
and you see, I had a party gathering card, and I had abducted, and I
I
had
got the star card again. Yep.
all sorts of similar cards to those ones. So yeah, that's crazy.
Alrighty. So
I can't remember what he did. I'll have to look that up.
yeah, it's interesting. School. Hershe, did you get anything else that you wanted to share? I could put you on.
So I got thick mist. I got forced again. I got many locks, and again with this torture devices. Like I'm seeing like log chains. Like old-fashioned handcuffs, like not the nowadays handcuffs. Like I mean, like the kind that you can't just pick and get out of real quick.
Yeah.
I'm also seeing stabbed and like suffocated. Like I
had suffocation.
yeah, like choked. I'm seeing like a belt or something, some kind of maybe a dog chain or something wrapped around the throat. Intentional lies and cover-ups being said for 19 years of lying for him. And then again with locks, a lot to do with like locks, keys, key rings, like multiple sets of them. It's like just out of reach. Like she would be like chained to something, and the key would be like just literally inches away, but she was just so it's like there's a mental torture, and emotional, and a physical, all going on at the same damn time, and it's incredibly heavy energy, and it's intense.
Yeah, Isadora got the Tower, High Priestess, and the Magician.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that Tower card.
That's definitely her and him and the Tower between them. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah.
Now, did you have cards that you wanted to share, Jackie?
Well, in the initial ones, right now, to me, your farm card, or was it that you got the word farm, Hershe?
Yeah, like specifically, like he took me to a farm. Like I don't know what that means, and it was cold, like somewhere in cold weather. He took her to a farm, and I feel like it wasn't a very good thing, but there was something.
See, what I take from that is the fact that it was bones were found, and I had the art when I did my first reading the day he was arrested. I had the arson card. I had bones and I had arson underneath it, actually. So maybe that happened on a farm. Do you know, is what I'm thinking. That's what connected to me when you said farm. Like,
right.
I just, while you were doing your cards and stuff there, I was just shuffling away and seeing what fell out in relation to his energy. And the first card I got was arson. Now, Yeah.
Wow.
Now, not
Wow.
in the sense
Or
of
he had
him
a
actually
fire- or
doing
he-
it.
But you know, fire represents destruction too, and
Yeah.
he would have had to tear down shit to redo it, to rebuild it, to
Yeah.
updo, you know. So I
would just see it in this case as like around his energy, him being a very destructive person, you know?
so the
That
most
anger,
horrible image just
rage.
popped to my mind. So you know how there's that Japanese technique of like roasting your wood, the outer
Oh.
part of the wood. Okay, so you feel where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
Because I'm only after the images I've been shown, I can only see that as possibly another one of his torture devices was maybe
Yeah.
physically with a torch or something. Maybe he would physically burn her.
Who knows?
It just it's about to make me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
That's just horrible.
Oh, Jesus.
And look at that. He's holding a dead body in front of a fireplace.
That's the King of Wands, isn't it?
No.
Yep.
Yeah.
This man was
Go ahead,
seriously
go ahead,
disturbed.
Jackie. I'm sorry.
Like
I think so.
seriously mentally disturbed. This was and the part that keeps throwing me off was that he remained calm. Like that's just eerily creeping through my spine over and over again. And I'm just like, oh my God, like constitutionally incapable of caring. Like there's just nothing there.
From any bits of interviews I've seen online since it happened, he just was as cool and calm, and you'd never think he was. I mean, you'd know the creepy look on his face, but as in his demeanor and the way he spoke and everything, you'd never think.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I got nothing to lose, which to me would say that like over all the years of whatever she had to endure, he just felt like he had nothing to lose at this stage by trying again. I had blackmail, and I had the card about kind of inheritance and life assurance and that kind of thing as well. So he had nothing to lose by kidnapping her and trying to kind of extract some money out of her or whatever, because he did say that he thought she was gone off on a little holiday break for herself as well, to get her mind right, and that she had taken €26,000, which they had made from car boot sales and whatever else. So the fact that there was money gone too would suggest to me that like he had taken that money and gotten rid of her, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I got a setup card in some of the other ones I pulled. So yeah, it was a cover up and a setup. Yep.
Yeah. And then evidence, like there has to be some evidence somewhere. Like I know they found her, but as in there has to be evidence of what he actually did and how it happened. But as Hershe said, some of the renovations in the house was probably to cover up, you know, something within the house. So, but I presume that they did extensive digging and whatnot in the house, and maybe they just haven't kind of let us know yet, you know. And I got heavy speculation, which of course there is with every case anyway. But and this came out again, motive jealousy. So it was definitely all to do with jealousy.
So I just got jealousy, but I also heard that he killed a man, like over her
Allegedly.
or because of her. Like he like he just shot and killed or something. Maybe he shot and killed somebody. Like in an act of jealousy. Like, okay, so I'm getting like the image of like two people leaving a club, this other person walking out and trying to like talk to her, and she's like being pulled out by this dominant person. And I think this person's coming to her defense, but maybe this person took it as flirting, and this person pulls out a gun and shoots the person that came out to try to either flirt with her, talk to her, or check on her. I don't know. I don't kind of understand what's going on here, but like
I did the party card too. I thought
like
maybe
like right there in a parking lot somewhere or something, like at a bar or a pub or something.
Yeah.
There's like a heavy mist too, so it's kind of an eerie setting, like the perfect movie. You know, the eerie setting, the parking lot, the thick mist, and low lighting. Yeah, it's like that kind of setting, and just point blank, just shoots and kills somebody right there. over,
Yeah.
like, and is yanking her like towards the vehicles. That's disturbing.
Yeah, they're not releasing any information. That'll be interesting. But again, I just pulled a few more cards, 3 on the top and then the 3 at the bottom. And again, I got,
Chariot.
the Chariot. She
Mm.
wanted to get away. She was trying to figure out financially how to do it.
Wow.
And again, look what came out. The Star card again.
Huh.
For hope.
She always had that hope that she'd get away.
At the bottom, I got the King of Pentacles. He had the money. He controlled.
Sugar daddy. King of Pentacles, the sugar daddy.
I don't think he was a sugar daddy.
No,
he was the one that had the money. He's the one that controlled, the finances in the house. And then I got
the
3 of Swords, and basically putting a stake in the heart. And there's the of Swords, the mental, So yeah, this guy was a real piece of work.
Yeah. I'm trying for them to just come out and actually tell us what happened, but who knows when that'll
gaslighting the victim, exactly, Isadora.
Yeah.
And I think it's different too in some countries. Some countries have stricter or very even less laws to protect women. It's not, I don't know what Jackie, Ireland, for domestic violence and stuff, do they have, strict laws, or are they a little bit more, leave it between the husband and wife still kind of mentality?
The law system is just as shit here as it is anywhere else, let's just say.
Okay.
It's
mostly when it comes to women's rights in a marriage.
Yeah. It's everything here is completely backwards. I don't know. That's a whole other day's work. Maya, are you still here? And do you know this case? Because Maya is not far off where your man went shopping that day, in Aldi. So I was just curious to know if Maya had heard of this case and knows anything about it. So Maya, let me know.
So what do you want us to pull on next? What do you think?
Will we do some cards on her energy? Just on her as a person, not kind of having to do with the actual case and what happened to her, but I mean, we know he was a creepy, vindictive Greek.
Well, for people who have joined us, I saw the recent update that was posted to the Irish Mirror and to a couple of the Irish Times, and within the last couple days, the case is advancing. It's been handed over to, I guess, would be the Ireland's district attorney. And they are moving forward, but they're not really saying, anything. And when I looked at that one article back in December or November, I think it was December, they were showing the sheeting pulled off, and they were having a woman who was in charge of forensics to look at the coroner and stuff. So
one bolster, Yeah, I'm going to use my vampire deck. I love it. So,
okay. So I'm just going to.
It was a big sigh, Heather.
Yeah. She just really wants people to know, 5 of Wands, it was a very unhappy marriage.
Yeah.
I got 4 of Swords. She's resting. She was spending time resting, trying to wait. But she did stand for herself. 7 of Wands. She did fight back.
Yeah.
And at the bottom, I got the 3 of Pentacles, which again was, working to make something manifest. So I think, I still think she's waiting for justice. 9 of Cups, she's emotionally, she's waiting for that prince. Not the prince as in, because basically it's like 9 of Cups. I can be happy without, this could even be a message too to other women. You know, you don't
Huh?
need a frog prince, you know,
Yeah.
to make you whole, to make you complete, to be happy. You know, this is the Nine of Cups about, you know, material success and happiness and all those good feelings. And yeah, Page of Swords. Yeah, she's a fighter, and she's going to fight for her justice on the other side. So yeah, and Temperance at the bottom. So again, there's the Temperance balancing, you know, adjusting, waiting. You know,
Yeah.
so let me get it. And who's ever ready, let me know, and I'll put them in the. Hey,
Tom.
Thomas. You're
Hey,
okay.
Tom. So, okay, just in general, because, you know, there's two sides to everything. So I asked the same thing, you know, what type of person was
Yeah.
she behind closed doors?
Oh.
So I get something a little different. I get that, you know, there was a big part of her life that there was a lot of refusal going on. She didn't want to hear it. She didn't want no part of it. She may even been privy or part of some backstabbing to the inner family, with defending him, standing up for him, not looking out for herself. I feel like a part of her was kind of shy and timid in public, and so she was looking for that kind of man figure that was kind of beastie and a little rough and tough on the outside, but not necessarily realizing to the extent of what kind of abuse she was about to go into. I feel like that the first few years it was kind of a good kind of an envy that she was attracted to, because there was a lot of good kissing and loving and sweet talking going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that envy turned into something a little worse, and that's when the abuse started, the neglect started, the road to dismemberment of her mentally, physically, emotionally, to where ultimately surprise end up on her, and she ended up in a place she couldn't come back from.
Wow.
I'm not saying that she was, you know, a bad person at all. You know, I was just wondering, you know, what kind of person stays that long? There's no Stockholm syndrome. It doesn't feel like to me you're truly a victim, but you're not bringing in new victims. So there, I don't really see no Stockholm syndrome going on. I see this person being productive in society. So therefore, she's wearing masks in society, you know. But what is she behind closed doors? You know, so ultimately, like I said, this is, you know, as everybody likes to say, for entertainment purposes only. But I wanted to know what kind of person she was behind closed doors, not the one she puts out for society to say, you know, she was this, she was this, she was this. You know, what was she behind the closed door? Was she submissive? Where it looks like it. She looked like she was very submissive. She was very scared, very timid. After so many years of fooling her, thinking he's Mr. Perfect with a little bit of roughness, he turns out to be a nightmare walking. And now she's so deep into it, she's defending the actions.
Yeah. Jesus.
And I wanted to share this. Isadora said she got the Eight of Wands, Five of Cups, and Queen of Wands. I had gotten Queens of Wands earlier too on a separate poll for her. So yeah. And the Justice card. Oh yeah, Isadora.
Yeah.
When Hershe
At
was
least you
talking
know
and I
justice
was
is
suffering,
served anyway.
this jumped out. The
Huh?
Justice card. She wants justice. And there was something too. A couple cards came out that was something. It's interesting. Got classified. So there's things yet we still do not know about the relationship and what was going on. But I did get trapped, and people have been mentioning gaslighting. There's the gaslighting. I'm wondering, accidental death. Maybe he got into an argument with her, and it went too far, and it might have been accidental. And then there's the narcissist. There's the egotism. So yeah, I think a lot of us are on the right track here with him. But yeah, sometimes we get scared of, you know, people are afraid to leave of what, you know, and the moon came up again. I got a Queen of Cups again. Two of Pentacles, you know, she was trying to balance finances, you know, to be able to get away, to run away. The Moon, things were secret, Queen of Cups. So yeah. And Michelle says, I'm loving your internet connection today, Hershe. It's much improved.
Thank you.
It's like,
thank
yeah,
you.
we can see Hershe today. So thank you for sharing this, Adora. It's very, you're right along with us with a lot of
Yeah,
cards.
there, aren't they?
So what else would you like for us to pull on, my dear?
Well, I just have, in relation to her there, I have Page
Oh.
of Wands.
Here, let me put you.
Yeah. I have the Page of Wands. Like, I'd see this as her, in a sense that, like, she was the fiery one, she was the outgoing one, she was the one who wanted to be out and about and meeting people and doing what she loved and all the rest of it. She was the one who was, I mean, pages can be about learning, so she, you know, she was the one wanting to do things, as opposed to him, kind of like her. I think it was her. She said, "Home bird." You know, he was the one who wanted to be. He was happy at home with her, but she needed to get out and meet other people. She was all go, 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 like a Page of Wands would be. You know. Then I have the King of Cups. Which is kind of freaky, obviously, in this because it's a vampire deck, because he's there with his fancy jar of blood. But and who knows, maybe that was him too. But I would see this as like her, I suppose, because kings are about controlling your outward emotions. Queens are more kind of inward kind of stuff, whereas kings are your outward world, you know. So like it would be like as if it was reversed, in that she found it hard to kind of control her emotions because of the way he was treating her, you know. And then the Five of Swords came out, which is like obviously you know, mental torture, bullying, and like serious torture and all that. But again, like she was trying to keep the peace with him and all that, but like he would kind of cut her down each time, you know. This is a werewolf slaying the two main characters of the vampire deck. But I mean, this was the ultimate end anyway, but it's like all the time, you know, he'd get the better of her, you know. And she let that happen, so to speak, too, you know, because she couldn't, he was too strong for her, you know. So yeah, that's what I had in relation to her.
Okay.
So will we do a few on the relationship between the two of them?
Sure. I think of my initial cards with the differences with the two that jumped out.
Yeah, actually,
him being
yeah.
deceitful. I'll pull definitely again. But when those cards first flew out, I was like, oh boy, she's ready to tell a story. She's ready to get, you know, the story out.
Yeah.
Let me put those cards back. Let me grab these.
Even the one with the black and white cats, showing the difference between the two of them, you know.
So what was the relationship between them? It was funny when I said those cards came flying out. She really wants to communicate, and I got the Ouija board.
Oh wow, love it.
That's the Two of Wands in this deck.
Huh.
Yeah.
I have just one card fell out, and I'm going to go with just that for now because it makes a lot of sense to me. So I have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles, well, I consider the Pentacles to be the slowest moving suit. So this would say to me that the relationship between them was just slow and tedious, and everything, like from his point of view, everything needed to be planned, and he needed to say what happened when and why and all the rest of it. Whereas because she was the more outgoing person, and she wanted probably to have the bit of fun and to go out and to enjoy life and all the rest of it. And but this is what she actually had, you know, this slow moving, boring, so to speak, life with him, you know, and obviously among other things, the kind of the way he treated her, it all kind of just added up and made her want to get away, you know.
Oops, sorry. Okay.
Indeed. So that's just that card anyway that fell out while I was shuffling. My initial, oh, there's loads falling out. Oh, sure. I have the devil, look.
No kidding.
No.
Yep,
Jinx!
double. That's part of the mix too.
And I mean, that even ties in with Hershe's.
Did you say something about being in his 50s?
He
Yes.
My
was.
spirit box just said I was in my 50s.
Huh?
My spirit box said he was in his 50s.
Wow.
He was. They're speaking in a third kind of person situation,
Okay.
I think. So for the relationship, I got like dismemberment, distortion, shadow, disguise, infections.
Jesus.
I
Enough
didn't. I'm serious. I asked what kind of relationship they had behind closed doors, and I got dismemberment, I got distortion, I got shadow, I got tears, I got disguise, I got infection, and I got envy.
Huh?
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think what the world knows and what happened are anything remotely alike. I think what happened behind closed doors, I don't think the world is ready for.
Jesus.
I know H.H. Holmes is a horrible person because he created a hotel that ultimately was a killing factory.
Oh God, yes, that was awful.
And that he created a hotel factory for disguising bodies and just losing them quickly, dropping them through floors and all that. And man, I'm not saying that that's what I see, but for one man to have this in his home is disturbing
Yeah.
as hell. Like, seriously, this is disturbing.
Now, Jackie, there hasn't come anything out of the news. I didn't see anything that there was a room that did they hint to anything like that, a room like that in the house, or is it just still all under wraps? Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing come out at all. Just like that. Just that the bones were found wrapped under floors, under the stairs.
Well,
That's
for
all.
the relationship, I got the Two of Wands. Of course, there's that spirit communication between, there's the communication. I got the Knight of Wands. So again, there's that fiery, it's about creativity and willpower for Wands. And with the Knight, if that could be a very volatile. I mean, you just say the wrong word and boom, there comes the rage, there comes the anger. And I think that she didn't want to see it right away, because it's like, here's the skeleton hand, like he had like skeletons in his closet. She knew, but at the same time, maybe just kept thinking, because when abusive men, they'll say, well, I'm sorry, please take me back, I'll do better, da da da. And she just kept ignoring, that this could happen to her.
Yeah.
Basically. And again, I got the Magician, the manipulation. I did get the Four of Swords, which is interesting. This one isn't like a typical, like a coffin cover. This is her laying in bed, and she's got all these hands coming up from underneath the bed, clawing at her. For me, this could have very well been aspects of himself maybe that she didn't necessarily see, or things that were going on that she didn't see. Here she's sleeping but has no idea these things are coming out from under the bed, that it's eventually going to it's going to take her. And again,
Yeah.
like that's where I got the devil card. And then I did get the hermit, and it's interesting because he's kind of showing the light, kind of showing the way, like this is who I am. And there she is, she's following, watching. So it was kind of like there was something about him that made her. That's why I'm wondering with Hershe, with what you're getting with the downstairs, I'm wondering if maybe she's not, his first victim. YouTube, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I got, again, the Ten of Swords. I got the Two of Swords, that she had to make the decision because of, again, the Five of Wands, of all the struggles and the fighting, the mental, just struggling. She was struggling to leave, wanting to
Yeah.
leave, because all these women, they do love their men, and they want to do whatever it is that they can, to make them happy, and to and but yeah, no, that wasn't happening. So I'm wondering if this might refer to her having a suspicion about him, of other affairs and or pleasures, because S&M is a very popular. I mean, you hear things, 50 Shades of Grey, but
Yeah.
they kind of glamorize that, but there are people who do, like to, and
Weird
sometimes,
shit.
hmm that could be very disturbing to some people. And
So I just got fur baby,
Oh,
like a dog or
yeah.
and I also got different blueprints. I don't know if there's like another secret set of blueprints or something, or they're gonna find it, or I don't know, but there's something about different blueprints, something about a different set of blueprints. I have no idea what that means either.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask my cards. Richard is the husband's
Yeah.
name. Does
Really?
did Richard Satchwell have? I know after last week, Allison's got me thinking about questions that that can be asked that are.
Did he ever go by Rich?
I don't know, but isn't it interesting that his name is Richard,
Possibly.
and then
Well, I
the
kept
Delphi
getting
case
Rich,
name was.
and I thought they were talking about money, but maybe they were saying a name, Rich.
People would shorten to Richard to Rich here, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm just wondering if Rich meant not money, it meant, short Richard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask if Richard Satchwell had a room in the home.
Oh, yeah.
Where he.
Wait, what's his initials?
Richard
RS.
And I got CR and then RS.
Oh
shit, yeah.
I kept getting those weird ass initials.
I remembered the CR, but I'd forgotten what other initials you said. Yeah.
I don't know who the CR
Jesus.
is. So this could be an accomplice.
Wow.
CR.
Wow.
So I'm just going to ask if Richard had
if he had a room, yeah.
If he had a secret room for for sexual pleasures, or just say, did he have a
secret room?
Do you have a secret room
For dodgy shit.
Or a shack or a garage, or yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just see a room. I was assuming it was like in a basement kind of setting. It could be a bedroom. I have no idea. I'm just seeing the setting they're giving me.
Oh, jeez. There's the skeleton again. I'm just getting the same cards as before. I got the 8 of Swords again, the 3 of Swords with the stake going through the heart. It could very well be. Then I got the 9 of Pentacles.
And I had this fall out, the 10 of Swords.
So you got one of those too.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out. So I'm just going to ask, did Richard Satchwell have a torture room in his home? Or did he own... Yeah, did he own a torture? I'm just gonna say a torture room, so that way I'm not limited to one location.
Yeah.
And this is for entertainment purposes only. YouTube, we do not. There is no evidence of this physically. This is just us exploring possible avenues.
So I got you're going in the right direction. I got a soft yes because the no is in reverse, and I got not the right time in reverse. So right time, a soft yes, and you're going in the right direction.
And I have a Judgment card, which in this case is so this girl is the girl in the Fool card in this deck. It's a vampire trying to lure a human, a very good-looking human girl, to become a vampire, obviously, and join him in life and whatnot. And this then being the second last card, she is actually, and this is the devil from the devil card, and she's staking him through the heart with a wooden stake or whatever kills him.
That's what I got. Yeah, through the heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and this is a kind of an underground kind of a room in this card, and this coming up then with the 10 of Swords that fell out. I would see them anyway as a yes in relation to this question. That's what made her a victim. She wasn't willing or able to recognize that level of evil. Yeah, many of us go through that until we put down the illusion and face reality. I'd say she probably had like a very sheltered life growing up, came from a happy family and all the rest of it, and just kind of spent some time then with him.
Yeah, I got very green, wet behind the ears kind of vibe. And it took him some years to kind of mold her and shape her. And once he got her, it was a fact. She was
like she kind of just thought nothing of it at the start, and then let things go and let more things go, and etc.
Yep.
So when I asked if there was another room, I got a woman running from a labyrinth.
Wow.
I got the 9 of Wands, and that's exhaustion, being through a lot, trying to escape. So I feel like there's that. It leads into, and you see all these like little room. It's a labyrinth. Followed by the 2 of Cups, because again, that was quite possibly maybe a predilection that he liked. He liked to do the S&M, and it's okay for some adult, but I think it might have started turning ugly and that's when it was too late. I got the 2 of Pentacles, which is balancing like, oh no, what do I do now? And of course you got the 2 creepy kids like from The Shining. And again, the bones, I got the 8 of Swords. So it was a mental prison. She could have left, but at the same time, she felt that she couldn't. And by the time she wanted to, it was too late. There's the 3 of Swords, the stake in the heart. And it was weird. I got the 9 of Pentacles. So this could have very well represented what she had wanted, or she thought life was going to be, or what, it just didn't happen. Yeah. But yeah, that bone card keeps coming up in the wall.
Yeah. That's amazing.
And so Spiritual Rain shared, I think Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are, believe them. abuse victims have a lot of denial. Can't believe the person they love could be like that. Yeah. And then Michelle said that's what made her a victim. Okay, that's what you read. Yeah. And then
Oh yeah.
Rain, yeah, we could discuss this all day. When it comes to abusive relationships, because people are, well, why don't you just leave? And people don't exactly. They feel ashamed of saying nothing. Yeah.
Just, I suppose, feeling stupid, like they kind of left it go on for so long and didn't recognize the signs, or they did and they kind of overlooked it, saying, "Oh, he'll get better, it'll be grand," and yeah, and then they're too embarrassed to tell anyone.
And cases like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard last year, it makes it very difficult for people to take men and women seriously when things get to that point where you see this on, and it's just like, well, who can we it makes I know Amber was found guilty by a court of her peers, but at the same time, he had it's just very it's just very difficult for people. A majority of them are women, but there are men. My Shan, he was in an abusive relationship, wasn't in it very long, did not hurt the person, but it was of course it was a female, but it just was, it can happen to men and women. So unfortunately it's mostly women, but new laws really need to be put into place for protecting men, women, and children from domestic violence, on all levels, really.
I know.
And Michelle and Rain, you're right, we could talk about this all day, and that might be something we could have a conversation about on one of our channels some evening, just kind of sitting and talking and offering chat as a place to share their traumas or insights and like a support. So yeah, I'm totally open for that. Anything else, Jackie, you like to pull cards on?
I suppose if we just ask kind of what ultimately led to whatever happened to her, like what was that final straw that made it kind of kick off?
Okay.
So like I feel like it was like a meal that was cooked wrong, or like a beer or something got spilt, like some everyday accidental something literally started it, and I feel like she was hit her head and she never got up, and from that moment on he realized he no longer had her. Like, I don't think he killed her in the act of a torture. I think he was in the middle of beating the hell out of her and knocked her stupid for spilling over his beer, or maybe cooking his eggs wrong or something, and he gets up and knocks the hell out of her. But in her,
I did get the
or
accidental
whatever,
death
she
card.
hits her head or something, and ultimately she never gets back up. So
that would validate my card that I got.
Yeah, or at least that's what they're kind of showing me. It's more like a shock. Like, he can't believe she's dead. Like, like I see this person like tears. Like, he can't believe this just happened. Like, I'm not saying that ultimately he didn't have that in mind, but like this would have been like the first time she would have got emotion out of him, because he would have been so calm all the other times, in almost an eerie kind of calm way, when there should be an adrenaline of emotion going on, and he's just calm as a cucumber.
Yeah.
Wow, way back card. Interesting.
Yeah, I had drugs overdose fallout.
Here, let me put you up so we can see the.
But I had where are we? There we go. I had a kidnapping card in my initial reading, and do you remember, was it her she was talking about? Her being lured to somewhere else.
Yeah. I got the River Creek card. So it was kind of, I don't know where that came from, but yeah.
Yeah. Maybe she was drugged to be taken somewhere else, you know. Like she was last seen at that car boot sale, right? 5 days before she went missing. And I mean, they checked it when he reported her missing 4 days later. They checked everything. They checked airports, buses, everything, CCTV footage. There was no sign anywhere of her. So even though he had this theory, he said there was 2 suitcases gone and €26,000, and her phone was left behind, and her favorite dog was left behind.
No, no one does that and take their phone and their dog. No.
But like, he was trying to suggest that she left, but there was absolutely no sign anywhere of her. No one could find her on any CCTV or anything, proof of her going anywhere by any mode of transport, or you know. So she obviously was in the house, or like that now with the farm. The farm keeps me thinking that he had taken her somewhere else, maybe went on from the car boot sale, because that will be in more of a kind of a, I never know which is which, rural and urban, which is the kind of farmland area. Is that rural?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can never remember which is which.
Urban is city.
Okay. I never remember. And anyway, but the car boot sale,
Rural
town
ranch farm,
or
yeah.
rural.
Mhm.
So
I just got focus and house.
you had focus already as well too, yeah.
Here, let me just, it says belonging on it, but it's the house of night deck, and that's the house. So it says focus and house, but it's also, she's in the woods. So that's interesting. But again, self-worth, honesty, choices had to be made. Tired of going through these cycles. I got a lust card. So this is kind of like it, that creepy kind of, enough of, I got reminder, and I asked, okay, what is the reminder for? Because it says don't forget, and it says denial. So this could have been she was very much in denial, and by the time she understood, it was too late.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to figure out where this because I keep feeling woods too, but then it says focus on house. So I don't know if he followed her to that boot sale, and they went off, got into an argument. He hit her, got angry. She hit her head on the ground, hit a rock, hit a tree or something, and then had to have someone come and help him. That might be where the accomplice comes in.
Yeah.
Take her back to the house. What are we going to do? That could very well be. I also got the oath card. So the oath is about keeping, someone's keeping a secret. Someone's keeping a secret.
Yeah.
Whoever this other accomplice is, they're keeping a secret. Quite possibly for.
And I blackmail or extortion him again.
Yeah. Because he's not going to do all that construction himself unless does construction work. So if
I don't think so. I think someone was brought in for that.
So they would have had to have seen if they're laying down a concrete floor.
Yeah. I just had dating fallout.
Dating.
Maybe she had found someone new that she wanted to.
That's what I was wondering.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Because in my initial reading, I did have another card, unwanted, and there was another keyword. I can't remember what it was, but it was kind of like she felt
invisible.
Invisible, yeah.
Invisible.
Yeah.
And what was so weird is that I knew this card was in this deck, and as you were saying that shuffling, I said that reminds me of the invisible card.
Oh, there it is.
And invisible came up. Invisible. I got rigid. There was a wall. And then I had the beauty card. Interesting. She was and he didn't. And there was the honesty and the self-worth. So he did not make her feel. There was no honesty. There was no beauty in the relationship. No self-worth. He probably called her ugly or this. I mean, you know how people can be. There was. And at the bottom, priestess of fire. So Hershe, you got anything extra?
Just more on the strangling, choking, just more yucky stuff that I'm writing down, and I will send it in an email to you ladies when we end this.
Yeah, with those cards that I have that describe what happened, I was not getting any sort um of weapon or cause of death.
Yeah. Which
And
would kind of suggest accidental, so wouldn't it, I suppose?
oh, hi Sylvia. I should probably look at the chat. Hi Sylvia and Michelle. Yes, there are a lot of videos that have been popping up because after looking at different um, true crime cases and stuff, a lot of other things that are connected with narcissism, learning how to read people and everything. There are a lot of videos out there, people explaining from their professional point of view and their training, describing narcissism, psychopaths, sociopaths. So there's a lot of information out there, to research on. And Isadora said she got Nine of Swords, Ace of Swords, and Rebirth. Okay. I'm wondering if there was a sharp object. It could maybe, because when you see Rebirth, I think of her dying and being reborn, on the other side.
Yeah.
Um,
That's what I just think
yeah, the
with those
mental
cards as well.
cruelty. Yeah, then that Ace of
Yeah.
Swords. And I'm just going to ask the cards to see if I can get a cause of the actual
That's
death.
what I was thinking, yeah.
I got accidental death again.
Huh.
I got inside job. I got accidental death. I got the narcissist, egotism, and at the bottom, I got the regret. Interesting.
Yeah, when somebody that enjoys torturing or destroying a certain toy or an object, they get mad when that object or toy is no longer at their discretion to use to take out their frustrations, and sometimes that displaced emotion that came out of nowhere, like I said, with like I from what it looks like they're trying to show me is that she's hitting her head on something, do it like a backhand, or you know what I'm saying, or it could be an outright punch. I'm just seeing an arm swinging and then contact making the person fall into something where they hit their head and they're bleeding out.
Yeah.
So the person is in shock. Their toy is broken, they're devastated.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. They're literally in a broken childlike state of mind when their favorite toy or their favorite animal dies or something. It's a psychological thing or at least that's what it feels like they're trying to get me to understand with what they're showing me.
So I shuffled again and said, okay, where and how? Because I wasn't getting, so I said, okay, well, let me just ask directly. And this is interesting. I got wooded area.
Yeah.
I know Hershe, you said something earlier about being cold, being frozen.
Yeah. I got that. The weather was cold.
And I got a sharp instrument.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily mean.
It looks like I'm seeing like the corner of a cabinet or something, like a,
wooded area.
Yeah, it's a mantle, a corner, a cabinet of some kind, table. I'm not sure, but it's something like that. Coffee table, TV stand, something like that.
Was there something in the woods that time? So.
Well, I mean, it could be a rock. It could be a shelf, like a bluff or a cliff or something, that would have a protruding rock form or something that's sticking out, because I don't know how many times I got farm setting, countryside, so and you guys are getting woods and forest and it's just like, okay, so what is this? Was this a form of apologies? Was this someplace he took her to make up? What was it? It couldn't have always all been bad, right? I mean, we've been in
Yeah.
situations. I've been in situations, never to this extreme, but I've been in situations where I've been abused, and it wasn't always bad. There was always something good I could talk about. There was always a good moment, a romantic this, a gesture of that. I'm by no means am I defending it. What I'm trying to say is
Yeah.
psychologically, there was enough good that was keeping me there,
Yeah.
So, how good was it? Remains to be seen by the person doing the judging, I guess. But there had to be some kind of good, So maybe this was a
There's
good.
the dismemberment again.
Yeah, I got
Hershe.
that. I don't know how many times.
There's the gas
don't
line
even write
again.
it no more. The body
Yeah.
parts and
Revenge. She made him angry. I think he found out she was going to leave.
yeah. See, I saw this like a conflict
Yeah.
between two men like fighting over her, or like I saw the abuser trying to pull her out of a situation. Could have been the situation what you call
And the regret again.
the trunk thing, the
Oh
whatever,
yeah, the car
The
boot
boot
sale.
sale.
Yeah.
maybe that kind of situation. That's what I'm seeing, and I'm assuming it's a some kind of public setting. It is what it seems like to me. And it
Yeah.
seemed like there's some pretty thick fog or something going on, or heavy cloud coverage, or some kind of thickness going on. The time of day, maybe, but like I said, Ireland weather is quite
Yeah.
different than weather here, so
It'll be interesting to see if anyone from that car boot sale that day comes forward and say, "Oh, I remember this happening," or whatever,
right. I feel like there was like almost a
Yeah.
tug of war thing over her going like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to
Look, Grandma Lenormand.
go, this is my future,
Oh,
you're my past, I'm done with you. Or she's thinking having an affair completely and he catches her.
Yeah.
And it's a fit of rage, which happens unfortunately all the time. So I mean, I don't know. It just gets worse and worse the more I focus on him. So I'm kind of enjoying focusing on something other than him, because everything I get off is just disgusting and my stomach hurts.
And I had the this moon card is there's a siren, but if you look closely at under the water, it's not the same beautiful lady that you see outside the water. It's just this gross creature with these big claws and whatever. So
I
it
can
just goes to
only
show
imagine. Yeah.
not everything under the surface is.
Absolutely. That's why I always do the closed door. What are they behind closed doors? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Under the water. The part I can't see. What can't I see? That's what I want you to let me focus on, what I can't see, because I can see this part clearly. So let me see what I can't see.
Yeah. So something will have to come to light. Something will have to shine a light on what actually was going on in this. Surely some of her family had some inclination or something as to what was going on in that relationship.
Absolutely.
Glad to hear that.
I was told to go grab my Lenormand deck. I have several, and I'm just going to. I'm going to ask for the main female and see what is on both sides of her when it comes to what happened. Oh, okay. Well, first of all, here, let me just put me up really quick. There's the cross, that's blood, that's suffering, pain, suffering. I got her, but before that, I did get a letter. I did get a message. So I wonder if he intercepted something on her phone.
I had a cell phone card as well. Yeah.
Wow.
On the opposite side of her, I got mice. So the mice has to do with, getting in, destroying things, getting into your food, rotting things, spoiling things. So her attempt to leave was spoiled. I got the ring, commitment, and then there's the male with the scythe. Scythe is about cutting down.
Wow.
So, yeah, those were the initials with There's another female card in here I'm going to look for, and just see what I got. And Hershe, if there's anything you want to show, let me know, and I'll. Okay, there she is. There. Oh.
No, because what I'm literally, I'm not gonna put this out there. Like, I'm not putting out there what they're showing me, and like,
Okay.
it's horrible. But trust me when I tell y'all that I had to look it up for myself. But it's just more torture devices. So
Okay.
they're showing me this crap for a reason. I don't know what they are, but
So I just got some interesting cards.
this man was a
Piece of work.
Huh.
Yeah. So I went to go find out where the other female card was in here. So I did. I got the moon. So the moon secrets, things are being hidden in the shadow. And then check this out. I think maybe she was seeing somebody new. And then I got the dog card for loyalty.
Oh, wow.
So I'm thinking that very well she may have found somebody new. They were going to help her, or this could have been a friend. I did get the pink card, which is more of the romantic. The romantic female was the other one that had been suffering, but it's interesting. I just wanted to see what the other female would have been. So yeah. I really need to use my Lenormands more often. I think I connect better and get messages more clearly with Lenormand than I do.
Yeah.
Less few cards. And there again, there's that message that came out, a letter.
Huh.
Email. She might have gotten an email. He intercepted a text message. An email. Yeah, there's the owls. Owls are messengers, wisdom and stuff. Something was being brought to light. And there's that male card, which could represent him. Public place. And there's the heart card. There's the money card. Interesting.
That's him taking the money.
Yeah. I thought for sure I would have found the snake card around him.
Mental jail, huh? Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
Let me put that up so people can see I gotta get that deck at some point.
It's really cool.
I cannot wait.
That's her anyway, obviously in her mental jail. This blew out again. Surprise, surprise. This came out, which unless he's going to say that's what it was, I don't know. Hey, Sherry.
Oh, hey, Cher.
Yes, spiritual.
Unless he's going to come out and say that's what she did, I don't know. And then he just, got rid of the body. And heavy speculation came out again. Sure, look, there was heavy speculation all along anyway. Everyone was saying from day one, there was very few people who were, oh, poor him, I hope he finds his wife. Most people were saying, oh my God, look at him, he's creepy as hell. He did it,
Yeah.
Especially considering the fact that there was zero evidence of her being anywhere since that day at the car boot sale. So it must have happened on that day,
Yeah. Spiritual rain, I've just got a little bit of a cold. The up and down weather has just been really crazy since Christmas for me. So it's just weather cold. But yeah, my Mucinex and everything's wearing off. So it's like, okay, yeah, everything's starting to run now.
Boy.
But I'm
the Hanged Man.
You got the Hangman? Oh.
No, Isadora.
Yeah, no, yeah, in the comments.
Isadora, what deck is that? I'd be interested to know.
Yeah.
Just to see if I can see the images, because Heather's Hanged Man card in the Haunted House Tarot, is incredible for this case because that's how she was found. It's just mad. It's amazing how we pick the right decks to show the right images for whatever, you know. I
Right.
love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, I want to get that haunted mansion deck too. That
I
deck.
have that on the way. Yeah.
Oh, I
Excited.
can't wait.
Tale of the Haunted
I have
House.
to add it to my wish
Yeah.
list. Like, I need this. I need this, and I need
There's
the deck you
not-
got too.
Yeah. There's
Desperate.
another beautiful deck called the Ghost Tarot. It's very pretty. So I'm getting that as well. Yeah.
So I
I have
went
the
ahead.
Ghost and Spirit Tarot.
I got the house and I got the ship. So something to do with the house moving. Unless this was her wanting to leave the house. And then I got the fox, which is cunning, clever. Or maybe she felt like she was because fox are about camouflage too. That's how they can kind of sneak in, sneak out, not be seen.
True.
They can sense an energy or what's going on in a room or an energy, and be hidden from people.
Yeah.
And then for me, I got the snake, and then I got the crossroads, and so let's see what would be. Then I got the female. So yeah, so that could very well have been too. She was really trying to figure out and plan on how to.
These
Yeah.
just fell out.
Let me put you up.
Impulse, rash decision, and murder for hire. But I don't think it was like the murder for hire. I think would be more like someone helping him out after the fact. Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't see anyone else having done it, but he probably did have help afterwards in the what will I do with the body kind of a thing. Maybe I don't know.
Well, I'm just going to throw some cards to see if he had an accomplice.
If you had an accomplice.
Isadora says she's using the Druid Craft Tarot. Nice.
Yeah, I had that a few years ago.
I think he did. Here,
oh,
help me.
Yeah.
6 of Cups. I know it's not a child, but it's like,
yeah.
Here, can you help me with this?
Yeah, I think that's what we're kind of getting to, Rain. Yeah. Huh?
I got the what
2
is
cups.
this is the Temperance again.
Temperance.
Yeah, so sitting, talking with somebody.
Yeah. Michelle said I have the Robin Hood Tarot.
Oh, it finally came in. Yay! That's awesome, Michelle. Michelle, you're going to have to join us. We're going to have to you're going to have to come on and be a guest and do a show with us. Start putting those practicing skills to use. And then
Rain said you had a few orbs above you just then, Heather.
Oh, I did? Okay. Cool.
We'll have to look back on that.
I forgot what I was asking. Oh, accomplice. Now I'm getting something weird.
Oh, wow. You had said the question and this fell out, father.
Oh.
Maybe he had a weirdo father who was happy to help him dispose of the body. I don't know. Yeah, aiding and abetting.
Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. 7 of Cups. 6 of Wands.
6 of
There's
Wands.
a Knight of Pentacles keeps coming up in this case. And at the end with him holding her in front of a fire. Yeah.
Like, do you get any sense that there was fire involved? Because, I mean, all we've heard is that bones were found. So I just think there had to have been fire involved. Do you know what I mean?
Well, if he was able to, this is what I'm wondering. Well, I don't know, because that smell would have been in the house unless they were able to cover it up with the concrete.
I was gonna say, and if he packed enough lye and other stuff up in there while he was barricading her,
yeah.
I mean, there's enough chemical smells you can use to cover some smells.
That's why he had help.
Yeah. Because, like, if it was just the body wrapped in a bag.
And
it would be
something,
decomposing and smelling and whatnot. Like, so,
Look at this.
wow.
Here she is. There's the Empress. And this was the next card. Set of 5.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had that card come out 3 or 4 times already. Like, no, I don't think so, Rain.
That's creepy. Well, they
You don't
didn't say what the condition of the bones were, if they were charred or anything. So they're probably keeping a lot of information to themselves so that, you know.
I hope it'll come out at some stage. You know, I'd love to know.
Yeah. Oh, I hope not either. Oh my goodness.
I don't believe so. I believe
She
she
was
was dead before that.
I don't think so
believe
either.
that's part of the cover up. That was part of leading to have to do the remodel, leading to all of the extensive cover up that had happened because of it. The removal of this space in his house that he could conveniently have someone torturely tied up there and it be overlooked or blended in with the rest of some kind of situation if it's not a specific room of some kind.
I had cell phone again, so there has to have been something.
Yeah, they're going to have to pay their cell phone.
You know, he could be recording it while he's doing what he's doing so that he could release himself afterwards, you know?
Again, another different deck. The Nine of Pentacles.
Huh?
Princess of Wands. The Valor. She put up a fight. But I keep getting
flight risk. He got rid of her because she was a flight risk. He knew she was trying to.
And at the bottom of the deck was the King of Wands.
Huh?
Yeah.
And all that fire.
All that fire.
I'm very suspicious. Especially when, like, I mean, I had that arson card in the first reading that I did the day he was arrested, but Hershe then, as soon as she said farm at the very start of this, that just got me thinking that he had her somewhere on a farm or farmland kind of area. It could have been the woods, maybe. There's a lot of shit happened in that particular woods. There's been a lot of suicides and all sorts of things. That woods is full of spirits, like. That's where I went ghost hunting a few years ago with I don't like to call it ghost hunting, but that's what they call it. Spirit hunting, let's say.
No, I know.
And there's the ruins of an old monastery, and there's a tomb in it, and I was standing at the tomb with the K2 and it was going crazy, and the medium was telling me I was surrounded by spirits. He could see them all, and he was talking about how one of the doorways was a portal and all this kind of stuff. It was cool down there. Like, so I was in that woods, you know.
I like that.
And there's a lot of shit happened in that woods, like, you know.
Yeah. So at the bottom of the deck, I had the 7 of Cups again, the Love card, an actual love relationship, and the King of Wands again. So it showed exactly what that was. And on the top, I had the 5 of Cups, loss and pleasure. There's the 5 of Pentacles again. Just that destitute, scarcity. She did not feel secure. She did not feel safe. They probably weren't necessarily having money issues. And again, the 8 of Cups. So I keep asking, where did this take place in the woods? And I just keep getting the same story. Just wish I had it. I mean, I have a deck but it's all on farms. So there's not going to be enough other things in there for me to be able to properly, you know.
I know.
Use that deck. So we are at 2:36.
1.5 hours.
An hour and a half in. Was there anything else either of you ladies thought of, or anybody in chat that we may want to ask before we wrap things up for today?
Yeah, if anyone has any suggestions, let us know. But I think we kind of have the general gist of. We kind of have proper theories, don't we, as to what happened and why and all the rest of it. So, it's just a case of waiting now for whenever it'll come out.
Right.
So we know how accurate we are. But does anyone in the chat have any suggestions for a question that we could wrap up with?
Yeah, I just got the whip again, asking about them. I got the mail card. I got the whip. I got a message. I got.
Does it say hope she's at peace?
Yeah.
Hope she's at peace. Yeah.
I think
I think she wants justice. She ain't going to rest until she gets her justice.
yeah.
That was what I was feeling, because I was getting those cards that were just, that kept the justice card, and that fiery. I got that Queen of Wands. It's like she wants this solved. Damn it, she wants, and I mixed up my cards again.
So about 45 minutes ago, they must have knew you were going to say that, because I'm in heaven. I got that roughly about 45 minutes ago. I'm in heaven. So I definitely think that she's at peace.
Yeah. Cool.
She still deserves justice, though. So
yeah.
I'm absolutely not taking that from it at all. But I was like, that's kind of odd and random. But then here comes this beautiful comment about hope and peace, and I'm like, oh, well, they must think that was coming. That's why they wanted me to be able to reiterate and say, yes, I'm at peace.
I think it's just that she's at peace in the fact that she got away from him.
Yeah.
No matter how it happened, and the fact that she knows he's been arrested and charged, and that the truth will eventually come out. Do you know, that kind of way?
Right. Absolutely.
That she knows that justice is imminent, I suppose. You know.
Excuse me. You're right.
That people will know what kind of man he was like.
Absolutely.
Well, obviously they already had an idea, because they said he was so creepy. So
yeah.
So no one was at any other questions in chat, or ladies? I just got material work, 3 of Pentacles.
No, I've already shut it down so that I can make a clean exit. That's a whole lot of ugly for that one.
Yeah, she's at peace.
Overload in my head and my stomach. I'm like, no, I'm done with that one. Holy cow, this man was horrible. I don't feel like this was a good.
Well, he is caught.
Yeah,
he is arrested.
I don't feel like he's a good person. I'm sorry. I don't. Anywhere from 17 to 19 years of torture, lies, cover up, and abuse. I mean, come on. That's I can't even. No. One time is too much. But at what point is it? Do you have to literally put you first? And no matter how many times she tried to get away, she couldn't get away. She couldn't escape. He had padlocks. What I saw was padlocks. Like, I'm talking like 6, 7 padlocks on the inside of every door and window. Like, there was no escape. It was literally an escape house once you're on the inside. It's like you flip a button and there's no more knobs or no more, everything's like gone. You're now stuck, so you don't have a choice but to comply, and then, like I said, the elsewhere kept throwing me off. It was elsewhere. It happened elsewhere. It wasn't like always at home. It was happening everywhere. Like everywhere they went, there was abuse, torture. It was not a good
off as the Knight of Cups. Again, the oppression, and he ended up becoming the Knight of Wands. So yeah, this is the same story over.
Yeah, it's horrible. And yes, please, everybody, remember to do all the YouTube things.
YouTube.
Love ya.
Just to catch up there, Rain. What happened was in October, just 3 months ago, someone bought the house next door. They needed plumbing work done. Plumber came in and found bits of bones in the pipework, which led to the cops being called. And the garden dug up, and the rooms in the house dug up, floorboards and all sorts. And her bones were found and tested and proven to be hers. So he has been arrested and convicted of her murder.
Well, not convicted yet. They haven't gone.
Well, he was charged, but he hasn't. We've heard nothing yet about him actually been in court and been given a sentence or anything like that. But yeah, he was arrested for it.
And I think it was yesterday. They said that the papers were fully filed and sent over to, I believe, what would be an Irish
DPP is what they're called. Yeah.
DPP. Okay. And
Yeah.
And
so
hopefully
they
Maya,
got the whole
maybe
case right there.
I think Maya left quite a ways back, but hopefully she'll catch the replay of where you ask her if she has any information
Yeah.
or follow up. And if you do,
Yeah.
Maya, and
Mhm.
you watching this in the future sometime, drop it in the comments. Let us know
Yeah.
what you think.
Oh, that's
But yeah,
sweet.
this is horrible, and man, I truly hope
Yeah.
she is at peace. I truly definitely hope she's at peace.
Yeah.
And from this time on, I hope he hasn't been with somebody else. Could you imagine? Ugh.
Oh
So
God.
they
Yeah,
might have to be
I can't.
re-interviewing people and stuff. So it'll be
I
interesting to
doubt
see.
it. Ugh. I
So
think
yeah,
too many people were suspicious of him, you know. So
And have you noticed that the last 3 cases have all been Abby and Libby, the 4 girls, and now Tina are all within 2016 and 2017
yeah,
cases.
actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She said,
Yep.
yeah.
It's all been the same year where they've been murdered or
Yeah.
they've gone missing. So
Huh?
alrighty, well, Jackie, thank you for bringing this. It's nice to read outside of the states and look at
Yeah.
other. We get to learn how other law enforcement and how other courts work in different countries and
How other law
the
enforcement doesn't
process,
work.
or doesn't work. And
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
So
So thanks
hopefully
everyone for being here.
yes, thank you everybody. Again, happy new year to everyone, and have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next show. Bye.
Same back
Bye, guys.
channel next week.